We are at Caffrey College, Greenmount campus. We have got a community golf instructor programme running today, our first Ulster public course. And so we have got a cohort of 10 participants that are going to be newly certified and newly approved community golf instructors. The whole idea of today is to create a relaxed, fun atmosphere with the idea that the community golf instructors will be able to replicate this in their own sessions going forward. So a community golf instructor delivers group-based sessions, giving non-technical support to beginners. So it is very much a first touch point for someone to take up the game of golf. It is the first opportunity for them to take part in golf activities using a games-based approach and using pre-approved programs from Golf Ireland. So some of them is Get Into Golf and Unleash Your Drive, which we have newly launched, which hopefully will spark that interest and spark that love for the game, which will make them a committed participant for longer, and to create the pathway for someone to progress into club membership if that is something that is of interest to them. So the course is really broken down into online learning coupled with one face-to-face learning opportunity, which is happening today. There is 2 online classrooms, one of which is taking place 2 weeks out before the programme, and then the following one is taken out 3 days beforehand. So the online classrooms cover 2 main elements. One is around the session and the other one is in the session. There is also 4 online e-learning modules that complement the 2 online classrooms, and so this just sets the tutors up to be in a good position come the face-to-face day so that they're confident and ready to deliver a session and be assessed accordingly.
Well, I've played golf myself for about 20 years now, and I've recently retired from primary school teaching, so I want to keep my hand in. I really enjoy working with children, working with groups, and I want to keep involved. I thought community golf instructor would be a really good way of doing that and feeding something back into different community groups in the town. You know, it's a very good balance between practical days like today, but also I think the e-learning modules are really good because you can sit in your own house, do them at your own pace, look back over the videos if you want to look back at something again, and the sort of the discussion or the reflection bit that's built in there is really good because you actually have to think about what you're learning and what you're taking from that module rather than just clicking through slides and, you know, just going in one ear and out the other. So I find that actually really good. I think that's the fact that you can actually take on and go into schools. So I thought I could do that, and then those that are interested in going further can find their way into the club.
Yeah, well, ultimately for me, I'm quite remote to the Ards Peninsula, and there's quite a lot of schools. My intention is to get into the schools, community groups, other sporting activities like sort of the GAA, go and deliver a Get Into Golf programme to everybody and anybody, and then obviously start a stepping stone for those individuals to get into golf and be a member of a golf club.
So the in-person delivery day starts off with a tutor-led session, so that runs for roughly 45 minutes to an hour. The tutor-led session sort of takes through a best practice model. We then go inside, there's a few slides that complement the tutor-led session. It's then over to the participants, some practice opportunities, some time in small groups to practice their setup, to practice their explanation of their games. And there's a few slides that come after lunch that sort of complement this afternoon session. And then it is outside to take part in a short assessment that really gets us understanding the competence of the instructors and if there's any further supports required.
We've all had a chance really to share, you know, our experiences of golf, where we're at with golf, and also pick up tips from each other. We've had a lot of fun, and we're all at every point taking this back and what are we going to do when we go back to our own clubs, how are we going to use this with our women's groups, our beginners groups, our special needs groups, our children or whatever. So it's been really useful to learn from Morgan and Liam, but also to learn from each other.
So the final assessment, the participants take part in a 10 to 15 minute delivery opportunity. So they initially set up their first game, they then explain the game, and it's all about the explanation being clear and concise. Then we let them run it for a few minutes. We ask them to introduce an adaptation using the step model. So once they introduce the step model adaptation, we can then see the game pan out a little further, and then after that it's really a bit of a summary and a bit of a review and some feedback if needed. And if there's any further supports required, we can arrange that for them.
I think it went well. I got some feedback, which is always good, and I think that's been part of the learning process. If you're here and not getting any feedback, then you perhaps aren't doing it right.
My heart was thumping, so all those years of teaching meant nothing. I was very nervous about it, and when I get nervous, I kind of rattle on very fast. But I think it went okay because I think everybody was engaged in the activity. They all seemed to have fun, and when they stopped it, there was a little bit of an ah. So I think it was working okay.
Part of our assessment process, we do try and highlight the fact that if it's not safe, it's not fun. So throughout today and throughout some of the online classrooms, we do put a big emphasis on safety. So you might see behind me, some of them will set up safety zones. We also task them with setting up games that are safe and manageable, so that in terms of the number of stations they have set up, it's something that they can manage as a community golf instructor. We want it to be manageable in the sense that they aren't scaling up too early and they aren't going for groups that are maybe too big or too hard to handle. So it's all about that sort of safety element in terms of running their sessions and having that games-based approach that's ultimately going to be fun for the participants to take part in. The Community Golf Instructor Programme was designed in collaboration with the R&A, the home nation associations, and has been supported by the PGA to get the content to where it is today. So community golf instructors are given a set parameters where they can work in, so that gives them non-technical, games-based approach to deliver their activities.